Before we get started with today's video, I just want to say that my heart goes out to the people of Ukraine. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today's video is a follow-up video to a recent video I covered from Lenka Koloma. Now for those of you who don't remember who Lenka Koloma is, she's a sovereign citizen Karen, or as she likes to call herself, an American state national, who tried to pay her parking ticket with a £5 British commemorative coin. Now the video we're about to watch is her first attempt to appeal a $43 parking ticket. So let's begin. Editing Skeptic here. Whoever filmed this interaction was not only dumb enough to film it in vertical mode, but also held the phone so close to his face that you could hear his tongue and tonsil touch with every breath he took.
First off, do I need to explain that further? Because you said you don't understand.
Yeah,
about the deny or admit liability.
I said, I am aware what you are saying, but I do not understand. Do you understand what I am saying?
Okay, what is it that you don't understand? So I can maybe help you
So maybe I
process
need to
it.
clarify that I'm here under special appearance today.
Special appearance in
The
what
special
sense?
appearance as a living woman, naturally born woman, one of the people, American state national. I'm not subject matter to the rules of civil procedures.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Lenka, but even though you claim to be an American state national, a foreign national would be even one step further away from an American citizen. And if an American citizen can sue a foreign national, then you better believe that an American state national like yourself definitely falls under civil procedure.
So you, according to-
let me just finish.
Sure, I'm sorry.
I'm also a secured party creditor and attorney in fact for Lenka Koloma, spelled in all capital letters, for my trust.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand that there's other designations that you've claimed that you have for this hearing.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
for the record.
whether or not that's going to bear on the case, I have no
Okay,
idea.
All right, excellent. So I just wanted
But
to
you
put it
don't.
on the case.
So you're saying you do not understand what it means
I
to.
do not stand under your jurisdiction of the rules of civil procedures
Okay.
or anything you were trying to make me to basically be under. That's what that means.
No! Understand does not mean to stand under, it means to comprehend, you moron. Just as when I say you have a long shot chance at beating this parking ticket, I'm not saying that you're shooting long chances at beating the parking ticket.
So at this time, you can make your plea of either admit or deny liability.
Okay, excellent. So first of all, so when I received the ticket,
Wait, I'm going to let you go ahead and get into
Yes,
that,
yeah.
but I need you to tell me whether or not you deny or admit liability. That's what
if I admit or deny liability,
doesn't-
Bill, can you advise me on this, please?
Yeah, let's pull the 3 IQ move by asking someone for legal advice who doesn't believe in United States law.
Well, the question is not whether you were parked there, the question is whether or not you got the ticket.
That's right.
And you did get the ticket,
Yes,
so
yes.
it's okay, you can acknowledge you got the
Yeah,
ticket.
yeah.
Okay, so you
I received
admit-
the ticket, yes.
Yeah, right, okay.
Okay.
So with that, I'm going to turn the floor over to you, and you can share with me
Okay.
your reasons for contesting the citation.
Okay, excellent. So I parked my automobile at the North Beach in San Clemente. I was there maybe like 30 minutes or something, and I come back. Yeah, and there was a ticket on my private automobile. And so, because I'm a private American and because I'm fully aware that this is an American land, which by the way, it's secured actually under land patent, okay? I have actually a certified copy in my office. So I was kind of surprised by receiving this ticket because it's obvious a trespass on my private property.
No, it's not. Not unless you want to redefine what a trespass is.
So I wanted to resolve it in a pretty fairly, quick manner. So I sent the ticket back
I've looked at
with
that.
refusal that I refused the contract, and I reserved my 72 hours to rescind under the contract law, and that I invoke my rights as private American, one of the people, and all my rights are reserved under UCC 1308 without prejudice.
Alright, I think it's time I teach you guys a little bit about what sovereign citizens mean when they say all rights reserved or invoke UCC 1-308. because these statements have real-world commercial usage, but not in the way that Lenka is applying it. UCC 1308 basically protects consumers like you and I from being forced into new contracts once we've already signed an original contract. Now I'll explain. Let's say you're hosting an event where you need to rent 10 chairs from me and I quote you a price of $50 per chair and we sign a contract. But on the day of the event, I know you need these chairs so bad and that you can't get them from anywhere else that I raise the price of the chair to $75 per chair. Now, if you think to yourself that you need the chairs so bad that you're willing to pay the $75, then when you sign that contract, you can sign it with UCC 1-308 or all rights reserved. And what that means is that you can go back at a later date and say that that $75 contract that you signed was not necessarily what you agreed to, even though you signed that contract. And you could hold me civilly liable for breaching our contract and raising the price of those chairs. Now, UCC 1-308 does not give blanket coverage for contracts having to be changed. For instance, let's say my $50 chairs were destroyed in a fire and I had to get chairs from my competitor that cost me $75 per chair. So even though you agree to the new contract and sign it with all rights reserved or UCC 1-308, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to win that civil suit.
Okay, so I actually came here directly on December 4th, when was it? December 14th? No, January 4th, right after the holidays, to settle the matter. There's actually a video, everything was videotaped, and I came to settle the matter. I wanted to meet with the party that issued the ticket, Mr. San Clemente. And
I don't know if there's a Mr. San Clemente, the city
well,
of San
how come?
Clemente.
All right. Well, now we have a problem, right? Because someone issued the ticket, right?
Yes.
And so I wanted to meet with the man or the woman who issued the ticket, and find out that they have a contract with me. Well, no one could find Mr. San Clemente, right? So I said, all right. Well, now we have that we have one issue because we don't have an actual claimant.
What are you fucking talking about? The city of San Clemente is the claimant.
But anyway, and in order to come to sit down with you, I was forced and intimidated to pay that ticket, actually to not even to pay it, right? To give you guys under duress $43 FRNs, right? I actually offered to pay the alleged debt, even though we never discovered Mr. San Clemente, and that was denied.
Lenka, they denied your payment because you tried to pay your $43 parking ticket with a 5-pound British commemorative coin. I literally covered that video in a previous video, and a link will be in the description.
I appreciate all that information and the course of events to get to this day and this appointment, in this hearing. But I'm here to listen to evidence that would be used to potentially dismiss or confirm that the citation was issued properly. Okay, so
Well,
so far
okay,
it's your floor. So just
yes,
provide
so
me that evidence.
I have the first issue we have is who is Mr. San Clemente that walks around and issues tickets to private Americans. Second problem is where did this Mr. San Clemente, that's pretty much non-existent, took an authority to put meters there on our private American land that belongs to we the people, okay, to coerce and extort money for a very long time, by the way. I've been living here for some 30 years.
How are you going to tell everybody that you've been here for almost 30 years and that you're a constitutional law expert and you still don't even realize that the 10th Amendment gives the state of California the right to govern itself? And the state of California gives municipalities the right to govern themselves and have revenue generating programs like parking meters.
Third of all, how come I come here and I'm forced and intimidated? Lawful money is not accepted. And I'm extorted furthermore to pay you in legal tender to actually get a hearing. Also, the other thing I wanted to tell you. So let me just finish, okay? I don't know if you.
That's not my
understand.
role. I'm
Okay.
here to just simply.
Right.
hear
And
Your reasons
listen,
for contesting.
listen, I know that you are a good man, okay? This is our discussion between women and men, okay? And we have
Well,
certain
actually,
laws.
respondent and hearing
Okay.
officer.
What a Chad. When she starts pulling her sovereign citizen, woman, and man of the land bullshit, he says, no, let me remind you, you're a respondent and I'm a hearings officer.
So with my further research, I did find Mr. City of San Clemente online.
Okay,
Okay, you know who Mr. City of San Clemente is?
I have no idea.
It's a corporation.
Is issued
Well-
correctly or not?
We have a bigger issue now.
Okay, so
You
you have
realize-
a room full of witnesses.
Yes,
Are any of these witnesses here to tell me that your vehicle was not parked there? Were they
it's
to
my
tell me
automobile.
your automobile?
yes.
Is anyone here, can,
Point of clarification, you made a mistake when you brought up the word, who got the ticket? You said you got the ticket, and Lenka answered that question, but the law is black and white, so you need to define the word you, proper syntax, because Lenka is not a you.
Well, you got that right. Lenka Koloma is not a you. Lenka Koloma is a dumbass because she brought in someone to legally advise her who doesn't understand that American law is almost entirely written in English and the word you is a well-defined pronoun.
so is anyone here to say that the vehicle was not parked there?
No,
Well, I have a little bit of an objection. It wasn't a vehicle.
Okay,
A
what was it?
vehicle is a commercial term, and this was not a commercial item. A motor vehicle specifically is defined as a self-propelled contrivance used to carry passengers or product or cargo for hire. She's not for hire, so she's not commercial, and so it's not a vehicle.
Wrong again. When a sovereign citizen says that their car is not a motor vehicle because they're not in commerce, what they're doing is referring to USC 18-1-2-31. However, they're in California and this is not a federal crime, so that definition does not apply. What does apply is California Vehicle Code 415, which defines a motor vehicle as any vehicle that's self-propelled. So if Lenka's Mazda is self-propelled, then by definition, it's a motor vehicle.
Okay, my role here is very simple. It's very rudimentary. It's here to, I'm here to listen to your reason for contesting the citation. And so that's what I'm here to do. So if no one has any other testimony in regards to what the issue is at hand, then that's fine.
Yes, I have more to say, although I'm not sure it's appropriate at this time.
Don't you have like a hollowed out tree somewhere where you should be baking some cookies? This is one of those times where if you don't think it's appropriate to speak up, you should just shut the fuck up.
my thing is that we have a bigger problem here. All right? Yes.
At your opening statement, you said you were here on special appearance.
Yes.
Now, you appeared not to really understand what she meant by that.
Well, if it was a special appearance, I would be made aware of it. Okay, so no one in the city, no one has made me aware of any special appearance.
No, this is a special appearance
This
right
is-
here.
It's a hearing. It's
Right.
a hearing. There was a gentleman that came in and had a hearing just before you.
Mm-hmm.
It was not termed as a special appearance.
Right.
I mean, if you want to term yourself as a special person,
I'm not a
Amber-
person. I'm not a person, I'm not a citizen, and I'm not a resident.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
However you
a
want to
very,
clarify
very
yourself.
special woman actually, that you will need to learn about. Yes.
Learn about? I think you meant to say laugh at, Lenka. And you're nothing special, because if you were, you'd have all kinds of people that were wanting to follow you around and film you, and we wouldn't have to listen to Porky Pig while he films you in vertical mode.
What I'm making a point here on the special appearance, what that specifically means is that she's here for purposes of determining jurisdiction. Okay. Is the jurisdiction there? Now, you have your own purpose, which is you're gathering information, and you understand that. But that's outside the parameter of special appearance. A special appearance in any hearing, a person is entitled to stick with the issue of what is the jurisdiction in the first place. And any discussion about facts or other laws or whatever is outside that parameter. And so that she has a right and to come in on that issue. Because until you establish jurisdiction, there is no jurisdiction.
And this, boys and girls, is why you should never take anyone but a lawyer to a hearing like this. Because this hearing is literally just an opportunity for Lenka to make a case why she shouldn't get the ticket. If her arguments don't convince the guy across the table, then she still has an appeal process that will go through the legal system. It's at that point where the argument for jurisdiction would be heard, and this guy would know that if he actually understood the law.
I'm sorry, but none of this applies to the reason why this hearing was set. None of it applies to the decision that I'm going to make. And I appreciate that. Perhaps this is going to be something you'll have to take up with another party in the city or in the county. But right now, my role is to review, to listen to your reasons for contesting this, and then to review evidence that would show one way or another. So that's all I'm here to do.
And if there's a mismatch of roles there, because
perhaps there is.
I think there is.
I'm in the right place.
Of all the people that are in that room, he's the only person that's in the right place. Now, I know you could make an argument that Lenka's in the right place, but then I'd argue that this is all over a $43 parking ticket. And if Lenka wasn't such a piece of shit sovereign citizen, constantly looking for new ways to defraud the government, then she'd probably have better things to do with her time.
So
yes, you're in the right place according to your mandate. This I understand, absolutely.
Okay.
So I don't doubt your perspective.
Okay.
But she has her perspective, which is she came down here specifically on the issue of jurisdiction and nothing else. The facts only matter in terms of jurisdiction.
So
all
I'm here
need,
to
I will tell you what I need, okay? I need to meet the responsible party for the city of San Clemente.
You'll have to
right?
do that in your appeal, which I communicated clearly that you have the ability to
So
appeal.
will that be?
You will get a notice of my decision, and then with that notice, you have I think 30 days after that to go ahead and file an appeal, and then you would go to the next level.
Okay, but Todd, also I need to know your contact information. Where?
I'm not going to give you my contact information. I work for the city.
For city of San
I
Clemente?
do not work for the city. I'm here to represent them in this hearing. So I'm not going to give you my contact information.
We need your bond.
But we need
No, I
your
don't have
information. Oh, so you are a public officer.
Operating with-
and you
I'm
are
not a public
operating.
officer. I work for a private company.
I love the look on Lenka Koloma's face. The absolute look of bewilderment when she finds out that he's not an actual public official.
Against me, my rights, there is a mail fraud, there is an extortion, so I want it on the record. So I really need to meet with the responsible party because I am not happy American right now, and I want it to be very clear. I am peaceful American, but when you guys speak of fight with me by trespassing on my private property, I'm going to go after you.
So, what are you gonna do, Karen? Wave your finger at him violently while you demand to speak to the city of San Clemente's manager? Which you already did, and that got you nowhere. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. Comment below, go watch my other Lenka Koloma videos, and don't forget to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.